Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Evan, coach of the Santa Cruz Centrals, and this is my top 8 match of our Little Root Lessons Draft League Season 3. This week is a horrible week. The matchup is very difficult, and I spent a very long time trying to figure out how to bring the best mix of mons and most importantly to overcome my opponent's bulk. So you can see later when I show you the teams that my opponent has drafted a very bulky team, and after looking through the team for days, I think it was very well drafted, and the team actually synergizes very well. So let's jump right in to the usage stats of both our teams. My opponent is In Space and the Somerset Squirtle squad, and these are his mons. Let's talk about my usage stats. So you can see that I have brought my mons into a maximum of 4 weeks because I've only played 4 games total because I skipped a few. As compared to In Space, who played 6 matches total. So he has a bit more usage stats. And from my side, we can see that I tend to use Solgaleo the most, followed by Weezing and Umbreon, and sometimes Latios. So generally I have a good mix of usage, but I tend to Dynamax Solgaleo the most. As for In Space, it is very obvious who his ace is in Lugia. So he brought Lugia to all 15 games that he's played, and together with Grimmsnarl for 14 of the games. So Grimmsnarl didn't go into one of the games, and I think that makes a lot of sense. It's not much of a surprise because Lugia really works very well with the rest of his teammates, and Lugia's immense bulk with the hidden ability multi-scale makes it a very difficult Dynamax target to take down, and if you accidentally proc Lugia's weakness policy, then it's gonna do way more damage and snowball with boosts, especially max airstream boosts. So let's move on to the matchup breakdown. Here are the mons that I felt that I must bring. I felt that I must bring Solgaleo because of Solgaleo's natural bulk, although a lot of the opponent's mons can hit Solgaleo for super effective, like Urshifu and Garchomp. So I plan to make Solgaleo very bulky with a weakness policy and hopefully dish out damage back to the mons that hit me for super effective. Then I also thought I should bring Cinderace cause Cinderace outspeeds all of his team, and I should be able to use max airstream to keep up my speed. Then Weezing and Regigigas because not a lot of his mons resist Regigigas max strike, and there's only the Registeel, and Cinderace can deal with the Registeel. So I think Weezing and Regigigas might be a good combination. Then notably, Weezing also helps my team stop Prankster from Grimmsnarl. So I think that can be very useful because Grimmsnarl's Prankster moves are the most unpredictable and the most difficult to prep for. The mons that I consider are Hitmonlee, Latios, and Luxray. Hitmonlee for very good fake out support and coaching. Then Latios, Latios, because it's fast, generally it can give tailwind support, but the most important element of Latios for this week is that he has the best ice type coverage move for Garchomp in Ice Beam. Then I considered Luxray, because Luxray can intimidate most of his mons, but the intimidate doesn't work well against Lugia and Urshifu, so it's very difficult to bring Luxray because Luxray is naturally very slow. the mons that I find are very tough to bring have very glaring weaknesses. Like Gorgeist and Butterfree are both weak to Lugia, and they can't get much value out of them being on the field for just 2 turns, even if they hold the focus sash. For Umbreon, this seems to be a very tough week for Umbreon because of Urshifu and the way that Lugia snowballs its boosts. So if I accidentally proc Lugia's weakness policy, then it's very difficult for Umbreon to recover. Yeah, Urshifu is the biggest problem from my opponent's team, and Umbreon alone really cannot do much. Like even if I yawn, Umbreon still goes down in 2 hits. So the mons that I expect to see on InSpace's side are Lugia, obviously, paired with the Grimmsnarl. Then beside Lugia, you see Urshifu, that's the G-Max form. I don't expect Urshifu to Dynamax much, but it's good to know that the G-Max form goes through Max Guard. Yeah, the G-Max move. Then Grimmsnarl naturally. I think Grimmsnarl supports his team very well. And Grimmsnarl and Lugia as a lead has been performing phenomenally for InSpace. There's also Garchomp at the top because of Garchomp's immense bulk and Garchomp's ability to go for Max Steel Spike and Max Quake to stack up boosts against my team. The mons that I think are likely to come are Registeel, definitely, because if InSpace is able to take out Cinderace, the rest of my team cannot hit Registeel hard, and Registeel has phenomenal bulk and a very good typing, and it can sit on the field for the whole game and just keep boosting with Iron Defense or Amnesia, and then attacking with Body Press. So Registeel was one of the toughest mons I had to face when I was doing my prep, and it was a very big headache and a very stressful experience. Raikou and Arcanine, I realized that InSpace tend to use them interchangeably because Raikou is sometimes faster, and then Arcanine has slightly better typing because it resists a few types, and Arcanine has a bit more tools like Will-O-Wisp and even extreme speed. Actually, I think both of them have extreme speed. Yeah. Then there's also Tangela as a very good support Pokemon that gives redirection and gives the threat of Sleep Powder. Notably, Tangela has a very high defense stat, and with the Eviolite, it's very difficult to take down. So, against my team, mostly comprising physical hitters, I think Tangela will do very well on his side. The mons that are unlikely to bring are his C tiers in Morpeko and Cloyster, because I feel like they are too frail and they don't do as much damage as Urshifu, Lugia or Garchomp can. So that's the matchup breakdown. Here are my general predictions. The sets that I'm expecting will be Lugia, Grimmsnarl. Lugia, it might surprise me with a Life Orb and maybe do too much damage that I prepared for. And the notes there, Lugia is just way too bulky. Lugia's stats are very phenomenal, and its special attack stat is actually no joke too. It's 95, which is very decent. Then Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl's item can be many things. It can be a lagging tail, it can be an iron ball, it can be light clay, it can also be an eject button, and there are just so many things to prepare for, and that goes to show how flexible Grimmsnarl is as a mon, especially in the current meta. And from watching InSpace's games, he has really proven that Grimmsnarl pairs very well with his Lugia. Then Urshifu with either Sash, Scarf or Band, and these items really help the team do very well because Urshifu hits a lot of my team members hard, and especially with the Sash. If it's difficult to take Urshifu down, it can just easily clean up games. So Garchomp with the Assault Vest to resist Ice Beam, to take less damage from Ice Beam from Latios, and then Life Orb maybe just to do more damage because Garchomp is naturally faster than my Regigigas. It has very few weaknesses and it hits very hard. So Tangela with the Eviolite or even the Sash, if he plans to go for a fast Tangela to try and uh, put my mons to sleep and get a lot of momentum from there, then at the same time Tangela can be very bulky against my team. Then Registeel with Leftovers. The Registeel's ability is Clear Body, so its stats cannot be lowered. So I can't possibly go for Max Phantasm or Max Darkness. And then Registeel can set up very easily if I don't keep it in check. So Raikou and Arcanine, maybe Citrus Berry. For Raikou, maybe Light Clay because Raikou is faster than most of my team except for Cinderace. Yeah, it's faster than all of my team except for Cinderace, and it can go for fast screens, and we cannot fake it out because it has inner focus. Then it's good disruption because it can Thunder Wave, it can discharge, it can snarl as well. So Arcanine is I feel like he might not bring Arcanine because it is naturally slower than Regigigas, so it's not much of an investment to bring it in this game. And Arcanine Intimidate doesn't really work well against my team because Solgaleo cannot be intimidated and I have a Weezing to shut down abilities. So here I'm going forward to make another slide with the strategies that I plan that I think I'm looking for. Like I have a bit of a story regarding testing for this matchup. I had a very hard time, it was a nightmare. And have you watched the movie Groundhog Day? It felt like I just kept restarting from square one and I had to go through the matchup again. I kept trying to hit Lugia and then I kept trying to hit Grimmsnarl instead. And there were just so many ways that the opponent's team can do very well against mine. So I just kept grinding the matchup again and again and again, and it was very tough. So at the same time, it's also very difficult to cover for everything. So I kept finding myself having to restart and restart, and it was a very stressful experience. This is really the toughest match that I've ever prepared for in Draft League. Yeah, very good team from InSpace. So enough of rambling. The strategies that I'm looking out for are stated here. So we have Lugia with Weakness Policy and Grimmsnarl with Light Clay. If I don't stop the Grimmsnarl in time, its boost can last, the screens can last for very long, and Lugia would just keep doing damage while boosting its stats up, and I just can't keep up with it. Then at the end of Dynamax, Lugia can also recover to maybe regain the multi-scale because it regains multi-scale back at full HP, and it can keep cycling recover and an attack, and it's very difficult for me to take it down unless I pay a lot of attention to it after it Dynamaxes. So Garchomp with Grimmsnarl is also a very easy lead to expect from him because Grimmsnarl really gives Garchomp a lot of bulk, and if I were to max Airstream, max Hailstorm the Garchomp, he can easily switch into mons in the back that resist ice. Then Urshifu with Sash endgame, because as we know in the current meta, Urshifu really does very well being brought in the back. And with the Sash, it can be very difficult to take down if I don't pay attention to it well. Then if you were to put Lugia beside Urshifu and give Urshifu an Airstream boost, then I can't keep up with Urshifu. So I considered a few priority moves, but it was still very difficult. Then Raikou is notable with Light Clay together with Garchomp, you can even opt to go for Discharge. And maybe if you give Raikou the Air Balloon, then you can go for Discharge and Earthquake. Then Discharge has a high chance of paralyzing my mons, and the added variance will make it even harder for me to get footing in the game. So that's all for my presentation, and here, it's my team. I think it might not be the best team, but I did make a lot of things very, very specific to cover for the matchup. So the top 6 are my team members. Let's start off with Weezing. Weezing has the exact amount of speed to outspeed Lugia and Raikou if Weezing is at +1. This means I can taunt the Grimmsnarl before the Lugia goes for an Airstream boost, or before the Raikou sets up screens. So if I go for an Airstream boost and boost Weezing, Weezing can taunt the screen setter, and then I will not have to deal with screens for the whole game. Then the moves are very strange, right? Like a strange steam over dazzling gleam, because I need to do a good amount of damage, maybe to Grimmsnarl or to Garchomp. And sadly, it's 95% accurate, as you can see from a lot of my moves. So I really need to have faith in my mons and really need to connect all my moves. If I miss one, the momentum is going to swing heavily to my opponent's favor. Toxic is very special. You usually see Will-O-Wisp on Weezing, but Toxic is here because it consistently breaks Lugia's multi-scale. So Lugia will keep chipping down no matter how much it recovers. So having to hit a Toxic on Lugia will be very crucial for me. So Taunt and Protect. Protect so that maybe I can leave Weezing on the field longer to enable my Regigigas. So you can see here, Regigigas is very slow. You can see that I didn't invest in a lot of speed because I want to invest in bulk. And oh yeah, Weezing has the Payapa Berry, which if Lugia were to go for a stab, Max Mindstorm, Weezing can take 1. If Lugia were to go for a Max Airstream, Weezing can also take 1. Then Regigigas with the Chopo Berry, so that it can leave close combat from Urshifu, maybe a fighting move from Garchomp, and body press, very importantly, body press from Registeel. So max attack to do as much damage as possible. I got the nature wrong. Weezing should be adamant. Regigigas should be adamant for this week. So Cinderace, max speed. It is Jolly max speed, and the item is Assault Vest because that allows it to resist Lugia's hits well, stay on the field longer, and make sure it uses all 3 max moves very efficiently. So I plan to Dynamax Cinderace the most because Cinderace is the fastest member of my team, and it's the best member to keep my speed up against the Lugia. All 4 moves are attacking moves. Pyro Ball, because I don't want to take cheap damage from Flare Blitz, but there's a chance I might miss, so I'm really praying hard. Iron Head to take out Grimmsnarl and get Max Steel Spike boosts against Garchomp, and then Bounce to keep up with Airstream. I think Bounce will be the best move of choice, so I'll try not to use Bounce after Cinderace Dynamaxes, so Bounce is there just for Max Airstream. And then Assurance is interesting because if I go for a priority move, then I can follow up with Assurance that turns into a base 120 move, so sort of equivalent to a max move. And it's stab, so it will do a lot of damage to Lugia. So the next one is Latios with 3 attacking moves and Helping Hand. Then Latios also has a berry. You notice that a lot of my mons have a berry because they are tagged to do specific things during the match, and I feel like the game really has to go a set of ways for me to really get footing. Then Cobra Berry, so that if Urshifu goes for Sucker Punch, Latios will take the hit well, like 40%. Then almost max speed, just to outspeed Urshifu, yep, and Arcanine. Then he has some special attack and some HP to last on the field for longer. Air Slash for Airstream boost if I choose to Dynamax Latios, but very unlikely. Then Mystical Fire is very important because it lowers special attack from Lugia's side, so that we slow down the Lugia, and then the rest of my team can slowly chip it down. Ice Beam is very important for Garchomp. Oh, speaking of Ice Beam, I plan to use Ice Punch on Regigigas, but it still does not take down Garchomp after it goes for Max Wing, so I have to plan my moves very carefully. But as you can see, a lot of attention is paid towards Garchomp. Next up will be my Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee is the glue of my team during testing, and I'm gonna feature Hitmonlee a lot during this match. I really foresee that. It's very interesting because if the opponent hits Hitmonlee to its Focus Sash, it will proc Unburden and Hitmonlee will move first. Then Hitmonlee is naturally faster than Grimmsnarl, so Fake Out on Grimmsnarl is always very useful in case he goes cheeky and uses eject button. Then Feint is there to break protect so that Cinderace can fire off strong max moves and the Mons will take the full amount of damage. Brick Break to stop Grimmsnarl's screens if I let the screens go up due to some positioning. Then the last move is super important. Coaching really enables Cinderace and Solgaleo. Yeah. Then that prepares me well against the Garchomp, but not against the Urshifu, so I really need to pay attention to that. Then my last mon will be... Did I mention Solgaleo? Yeah, Solgaleo will be my last mon. I don't plan to Dynamax Solgaleo often, and the thing is, Solgaleo's base speed is 97, so even if I go Trick Room, I might not be the slowest on the field, even if I'm negative speed. So Solgaleo has a bit of speed investment, and its max HP and a lot of defense to take 2 wicked blows from Urshifu. So if I choose to Dynamax Solgaleo, then Steel Spike and Earthquake should help, max Steel Spike and max Quick. And then Wild Charge is there in case I need to hit Lugia, and also to prevent Sleep from Tangela. So Solgaleo's item is the Weakness Policy, so I don't have to invest a lot in attack and wait for my opponent to proc the policy for me. I can also use Mystical Fire to proc Solgaleo's Weakness Policy. However, Solgaleo really has a lot of glaring weaknesses against the opponent, so it's mainly there as bait for them to, for me to make sure that they bring Urshifu and even Garchomp. So that's all from my team. Wow, this has been very long, 23 minutes up to this point, and yeah, this is really the most in-depth that I've tried to explore my team, and I really hope to do well, so I'll see you guys in the match. Okay, I'm jumping into the match. Good luck, have fun to in space. So nervous for this matchup, it's horrible. We see exactly what I'm looking for, and we see the Registeel. This is his first time bringing Registeel, and very smartly brought. The only thing that's missing is Grimmsnarl, so seems like he wants to use Raikou to set up screens. And I can't fake Raikou out, I just need to remember that. Very good threat from him. Tangela is also a big threat. So my game plan is Weezing Cinderace, Then now I need to pay a bit more attention to take out the Raikou because he can easily Thunder Wave me. But then I can taunt him, so I don't think I'll get status in this match. And I should always airstream into Tangela. Yeah, okay. Please send me some energy because a lot of my moves are not 100% accurate. So good luck. Come on team, we've got this. We have practiced for this. What's that? Overexposed trainer card. Man, every battle music is so upbeat. Yep, okay, we've caught this. This is okay, this is okay. Worst case scenario, he goes for like a vote switch or something. Okay, good thing I have neutralizing gas. Taunt into Raikou. Airstream into Lugia, notably into Lugia because I need to break the multi-scale ASAP. Then I think I can start chipping down Raikou in the next turn. So the worst case scenario here is if he doubles into Weezing. Cinderace is Dynamaxing first, which is correct because there is no way his Lugia can outspeed my Cinderace at his current speed stat. And if his Lugia Dynamaxes, then we know it's Scarf, which is impossible. Like, who would want to Scarf a Lugia and lock yourself into a move after Dynamax? So, yep, the pause of the screen shows that sure enough he's Dynamaxing his Lugia. What a nice suit! Very formal. Nice hair. So the Lugia. If it's shiny, I'll hate it for my life, man. But it's not shiny, it's a regular Lugia. Extremely bulky, impossible to kill. So if I go for 2 airstreams, I should still be faster than a Lugia. So my next turn, I'm gonna go for Toxic. Okay, does the Raikou vote switch or something? Or does he reflect? Okay, he reflects, okay. Okay, and then the airstream is going into Weezing. Weezing should survive this. Okay, it's going to Cinderace. Wow. Is that a crit? Because Cinderace is Assault Vest. Okay, it's not a crit. That's very good awareness, prioritizing the Cinderace. So I need to hit this Toxic. That's very good awareness, prioritizing the Cinderace. And I will airstream into Raikou because I need to keep up with my boosts. So that damage on Lugia shows that he has multi-scale, and I think it is max speed, max special attack based on the damage that I remember. We don't see a life orb, so it's possibly a weakness policy. Yeah, Raikou's just gonna keep doing damage. Okay, I don't know this Raikou. Like, I've never seen spreads calcs on Raikou, so I'm not sure what the damage means. He's vote switching his own. Yep. Okay, that's a lot of damage to his Lugia. Oh, it was a crit. That's lucky for me. I don't think this next airstream will kill my Cinderace. So I just have to be very careful. Let's see if he gives the airstream boost to Registeel or Garchomp. Garchomp will be the worst case scenario. So I'm noting down Reflect and Vote Switch. Okay, he's giving the airstream boost to Urshifu. That's very scary. Ah, Cinderace goes down. That's bad. So that weakness policy was way too much for me. Even with the Assault Vest. Yeah. Okay, at least I connect with the Toxic. That's very good. So now I think I have to go with Hitmonlee, so that if I survive on my Sash, I can get Unburdened and I can hit the Urshifu first. So this turn, we are doubling into the Urshifu with Fake Out. I can call the Urshifu protecting here and I can go for Feint. I think this is a very risky play, but I'm okay with it. Yeah. Because it's very obvious that I'm going for the Fake Out. So let's try this out. Okay, he switches to Registeel. Yeah, very good play. Okay, this is okay because now priority is off the field. So I review Feint, which is a bit bad for me. But he goes for Steel Spike. Okay. Man, that takes out the... that sucks. That sucks. Giving a defense boost to Registeel, that's such a good idea. Man, this is really bad. Okay, we confirm Leftovers, which is the item that I'm very sure he brings. Yeah, Lugia is really just taking so many KOs. Man, it's horrible. Now I have a Urshifu to worry about in the deck, and Lugia is just gonna keep doing damage. I don't know whether he like intentionally avoided attacking into my Hitmonlee. Like maybe he is aware that I can proc my Unburden. I'm not very sure. But then Lugia is gonna keep chipping down, and I think next turn I'll go for an attack onto Lugia. I think if Registeel goes for Iron Defense, that's fine. Okay, Lugia goes for Protect. That's strange. Like, now it revealed 3 moves, so not sure what its last move is. Okay, that's very good damage. So this will be a 2-hit KO. Okay, body press. That's great. That hits me to my Sash. Because I didn't invest in a lot of defense. So this is our chance to take out Lugia here. I think. No, I don't think this is our chance to take out Lugia. I foresee Lugia going for a recover. So that's because I can't hit Lugia hard with Brick Break. It's 4 times resistant though. And I don't know whether coaching on Latios makes sense. I'm gonna call the Registeel Protect and go for the Feint. Nah, he didn't Protect. That's very smart from him, because all he needs to do is do damage. Yeah. Okay, but he... Wow, that's so pain. Oh, it's physical Lugia? Oh, come on. I don't know what the steel move is also. So. Man, this is horrible. Now I need to think of how to try and get footing in game 2, because I really cannot afford for Raikou to get his screens up. So the thing is, if I doubled into... Man, this Toxic, if it ticked down longer, I could have taken down the Lugia easily. Registeel was such a problem though. Like, he already got 1 boost in defense, and And that makes the body press so painful. Yeah, nobody can miss. I didn't miss. Man, Lugia is just horrible. It's so hard to take down. It's very good threat recognition. Like he really targeted the sceneries ASAP. And physical Lugia might be okay for me. So that invalidates my assault vest on Cinderace. So that kind of shows why I've been taking so much damage, even with a +2. And that's very strange from him because I have a Luxray and I can easily intimidate the Lugia, right? So very interesting prep from him, and I think it really worked well for him. Part of my strategy is really to get Cinderace boosted up and then contest with the Lugia after Dynamax. Because now I might want to consider going for Steel Spike instead of Airstream. And the problem is I didn't bring Tailwind or Latios. That would have helped me a lot. I'm gonna try this. I don't think I need Wheezing in the back. We have to pay close attention to the Urshifu. I don't think Lugia can touch Solgaleo now. So we're gonna give Cinderace a lot of Steel Spike boosts. And then coaching as well. So hopefully we are able to slow down the Lugia. But now the biggest problem is I can't Toxic it. It will come down to Lugia and Solgaleo endgame, which always doesn't work in my favor. I think this is it, guys. This matchup is just too bad. His mons are just too bulky and they have such a good matchup against my team. Yeah, no surprise with the same leads. They swap places. So tricky. So the thing is, I can't fake out into Raikou. So now let's start chipping down the Lugia. We can deal with Raikou later if I give Solgaleo an Airstream boost. Then Earthquake should do good damage to Raikou. However, I do recognize that Raikou is very bulky. But first of all, let's break the Shadow Shield. I think it will help him immensely if he double targets the Hitmonlee, knowing that it's Sash, and also like being able to Volt Switch safely. Yeah, on hindsight I should have Airstream, cause I do know that the Hitmonlee with the Unburden boost outspeeds a +1 Lugia. That's all I've thought for. But maybe I should have Airstream. Just because it outspeeds the +1 Lugia, but it doesn't outspeed the +1 Raikou. Okay. So, I mean, being Steel type is okay. Then that allows Cinderace to survive for longer. Man, that Airstream did so much more than the Steel Spike. Yeah, does he go for the Reflect? Okay, that's the Reflect, yeah. Which is just phenomenal on his end. Airstream, okay, that's good. Okay, into Cinderace again. That's very good. So I preserve my Sash. So now he definitely goes for the self-proc weakness policy, right? Not sure why he's not paying attention to my Hitmonlee. I know Hitmonlee is faster now. I think I really want to break screens. If Lugia goes for an Airstream into Cinderace, I think I'm okay with that because I have a defense boost. So now we're gonna aggressively target the Raikou. No, I think I'll Airstream the Raikou. I'm calling the Volt Switch into Urshifu. So if we get to remove the Urshifu, I think Solgaleo will do pretty well. But if it's not the Urshifu, that's bad. I really don't think I need Airstream boost anymore, so I think I should focus more on... Okay, thanks. I guess. Okay, now it reveals its last move. Yeah, wow, Quick is super effective, that's very smart. That's fine. He's doing very well trying to take out the Cinderace as quick as possible. So now the good thing is I match Lugia speed, so I'll be moving first next turn. Anything a few turns ahead, I need to consider how I'm gonna take out this Lugia. I think it makes sense that it's not targeting the Hitmonlee because Hitmonlee has no super effective move on Lugia, so Hitmonlee is not a threat. But now I need to help my other teammates in the back. I think it makes sense for him to go for the Airstream. Yeah, I know why he's aggressively targeting the Cinderace, because the Registeel is in the back and Cinderace is the best answer to Registeel. So if he goes for another Max Quick, I think I'm fine with it. I'm gonna go for a coaching. I'm at +1 only. I'm doing this so that Latios in the back can hit hard. So close. Then I shouldn't have coaching, I should have break because I know I'm fast. Okay, he did have... Yeah, that's because he has the reflect up, right? Yeah, so this is a misplay on my part. Oh wow, we survived. Okay. Let's see what Raikou goes for. Everybody is so fast that it's difficult to keep up. Does he go for a light screen? Oh yeah, that's because I broke the reflect, huh? That's interesting. Okay, but the problem is now he goes for the Airstream. Is he gonna expect my Sucker Punch? Yeah, is he gonna expect my Sucker Punch? The thing is, if I switch out Cinderace now, it's gonna come back and die. So I'm going for... Oh, I just realized the Hitmonlee is not fast at all. Yeah. This is a bad play. I should have targeted the Raikou. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's actually good, because we are gonna break screens. If I targeted the Raikou there, then I had a shot to kill the Registeel. Well, at least the Registeel didn't get a defense boost, so based on the last crit break damage we should do, yeah, 40% right about there. Okay, the Reflect wore off, that's good. So now, we do know that Raikou's in the back. It's a good thing that Urshifu is gone. That thing has a ground move. That thing has a ground move. So Galio's not safe. Lugia's policy is up. Plus 2 speed, plus 2 everything. Does he attack? Does the Lugia attack? Oh my gosh, I forgot that it makes quick to get back the Spadef boost. I can't Mystical Fire. Oh dear. This might be a misplay. Okay, that's a good thing. At least he protects, you know? At least he doesn't attack me. Then that takes me out. What a good move, yeah. Very good threat. I don't think this is enough. It's not stab. I really don't think this is enough. Come on. Oh, it was a crit. Man, I got lucky. Well, the good thing is we know my Latios is bulky enough. So now Solgaleo kind of wins the Raikou, so I really need to aggressively target the Lugia. Make sure it does not... I don't have Protect. Let's double check if the Lugia has any defense boosts. No. My Wall Charge is stronger, so I think our Helping Hand. No, let's target the Registeel. Let's chip the Registeel because I know I survived this duel indeed. So the question is, does he Earthquake? Or I don't know what ground move he has. Yeah, I know I leave this, okay? I know I leave this. That's good. So will the body press go into Latios? Yeah, we need to cheat this Registeel down. So little damage, are you kidding? So now if he procs my policy, then I think I can try to Earthquake my way through. Okay, Iron Defense, that's good, that's very good. Can Raikou kill Latios is the question. I don't think so. Yeah, it's Volt Switch after all. Do I Mystical Fire my own Solgaleo? I think I do, right? There's nothing to lose. The worst thing is that the Registeel is at +2 defense. Yeah, if I survive this Volt Switch, then I'll Helping Hand later. I think the damage from this Volt Switch will determine how this Raikou is built. I think max. Okay, that's great. Oh, there's so much damage. That's such a strange Helping Hand though. Okay, at least we know he has helping hand and screens. Come on, please. Okay. Okay, even better. Shuka Berry. Okay, I know this helping hand is going into the Latios, but now I can catch it out. I can Earthquake in single target. Yeah, this is going into the Latios, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thanks, Latios, you helped the Solgaleo do damage. So I think we still have a game. This turn he needs to protect. So I can't risk it. I PP up my Earthquake just for this. So I should go for the Earthquake. I cannot do anything fancy. Yeah, this is just a fight to the end. Man, I hate Registeel! I hate Registeel! I really need to draft Registeel next time. It's like, you will feel very good with Registeel being on your side. All you need to do is avoid Charizard. This is a single target Earthquake. I believe it won't kill, but it will go down to 1 HP and 2 Earthquakes should kill. So I think he might have forgot. Okay, wow, thanks Solgaleo. Okay, we have a game. We have a game 3. This team. I hate this team. Okay, we have a game 3. Sorry, I'm not reading chat. I just want to focus. Thanks for everybody's support. If anyone followed me, thanks for your follows. You see, if I bring Solgaleo now, he's gonna adjust and bring Urshifu in the... Nah, he brought Urshifu in the back. He brought Urshifu in the back. That turn, he's gonna switch into... If he votes switches, he's gonna switch into Registeel now. Okay? And then I go for the fire move. Yeah, it's a great thing that we removed Urshifu and hit our... with Solgaleo safely hidden in the back, okay? So... does he go for the turn 1 like dual wing beat? That would be sick. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have broken his multi-skill, right? Because he likes to vote switch himself. Then if Weezing is on the field, right? Then he will do like maximum damage out of vote switch. It makes a lot of sense for him to be physical, I guess. Like physical Lugia, and that helps against Regigigas. Like you keep getting Steel Spike boosts. The good thing is he won't invest in a Steel Spike into Cinderace, so I think I shouldn't go with my Regigigas mode. Furthermore, with my Regigigas mode, I can't stop Raikou from setting up screens. So if he really goes for the turn 1 dual wing beat, then props to him. I need to struggle very hard because I didn't bring Trick Room on my Solgaleo, which is bad. Man, that Raikou set. Reflect, Light Screen, Vote Switch, Helping Hand. Maybe like even Extreme Speed will be scary. Shuka Berry. Shuka Berry makes a lot of sense for my Regigigas because it's always gonna carry Max Quick. Does he change up his leads? No, okay. So I don't change up my leads too. Man, he goes for the dual wing beat. It doesn't... I don't think it helps him, right? If I... Do I Steel Spike? We know Raikou is Shuka Berry, so we don't know, we know it's not Scarf. Man, in my head, I just keep thinking of the dual wing beat play. I'm just gonna commit. I'm gonna commit to air streaming now so that I can Steel Spike later. And by air streaming now, I give myself, I give him only the +1, and I also get that defense boost that I got just now. Only problem is just now I was steel type, so I took resisted damage. But this time I'm gonna be flying type, so Lugia is gonna be hard. But at least I get a coaching boost on myself. Please Dynamax, please Dynamax, please Dynamax, please Dynamax. Okay. If he doesn't Dynamax, then he would have went for the dual wing beat, then I would have regretted not picking out. Yeah, I hate Lugia! I know I used Lugia before, but oh, I hate Lugia. Oh. Does he go straight for the Volt Switch? That would be good. Okay, at least giving the Hitmonlee a +1 is a good thing too. Yeah, does he double into the Hitmonlee too? I think that would be a very good play, you know, because removing my source of Brick Break is phenomenal, so that Raikou can easily go for further Brick Breaks. He goes for the safe Reflect. That's okay. So now we can just keep Brick Breaking. Oh, Steel Spike this time. That's bad. I don't get my Unburden. That's bad. But that's okay. He's still spiking, preparing for... He's still spiking, preparing for... my Solgaleo in the back, but not my Latios. I can't airstream the Raikou because that won't kill. So now I'm changing myself into Fire type, and that leaves myself open to Max Quick. But now it doesn't get the policy. Oh my gosh, the Reflect. That was my strongest Max move. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, he Volt Switches the Cinderace, that's good. If he airstreams now, that's okay. Wow, Garchomp, that's a change. Okay, he's giving Garchomp the airstream boost. But that is fine, because he went for Steel Spike turn 1 and he goes for airstream now. That means I can give my Latios an airstream boost. Because now I'm still faster than Lugia, so that's a good thing that I went for airstream first. Well, he's aggressively, he puts the Garchomp on the field because he wants to threaten my Solgaleo right off the bat. Does his Garchomp have Protect? That's the question. So now, man, sucks to not be able to... I have to go for the Ice Beam. It sucks to not be able to like freely choose moves. Whereas for him, he can just go for like Airstream, Steel Spike, however he likes. I go for the Airstream now. Does he go for the Rock Slide? Like, he has to call what type my Cinderace is gonna become. And smartly, I think he removes my Hitmonlee. Does he protect? It does. Okay, that's fine, because I will take one. I will take one hit from Lugia. Yeah, but now Dynamax is over, and I think Lugia might have the better exchange out of everything. He has to Airstream. Yeah. I did review my Ice Beam in game 1. He has to Airstream, but that's fine. Okay, Latios is one of the more important tools I need to kill Registeel. So do we see a Registeel or a Urshifu in the back? I have no clue. Okay, it's a good thing that Cinderace ends his Dynamax first, because then I'm faster than Lugia. So, biggest problem now is that if I Ice Beam, I might proc Lugia's policy by accident. I can't give up this airstream boost from... He switches the Garchomp. Okay, Latios switches first. Oh, please. Does the Garchomp switch? The Garchomp is in such huge threat. He doesn't switch from the Ice Beam. My gosh. Oh, maybe it's Yachi Berry, huh? Okay, that's good damage. Okay, I crit. Wow, I'm so lucky. Dragon Claw is good. Okay, I have a +1 Life Orb. Oh dear. Nice. Now I regret. Cinderace doesn't have Sucker Punch. I need to change myself into Steel type to make myself resist any hit from Lugia. He needs to predict this very well. If he goes for his ground move, then good for him. 1 defense boost. Latios is severely cheap. Yeah, to me, Steel type is my best bet. It makes sense for the Garchomp to protect, but oh, please be Raikou or something. Yeah, but it's at full HP, right? Come on, Iron Head, you should be enough. Wow, okay. Thanks for the protect. Thanks for protecting. Imagine I go Trick Room or something. Okay, it is enough, even through the Reflex. So thanks Cinderace for your service. He knows I have a Dark move, so that's why he's being so defensive, I think. Ah, I forgot. He doesn't have Recover. I know I survived 1 Wicked Blow, but the problem is he can easily... Sucker Punch my Cinderace. Well, the good thing is, let's double check. My Cinderace has 1 defense boost. Garchomp is chip very low. I'm gonna bounce. It's 85%, I really need to hit. Then we deal with... Nice! We deal with Lugia later. But the worst case scenario is the Urshifu is Sash, and it kills my... Sogaru. Oh, what the heck? What the frick? Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I was so tempted to wild charge the Lugia though. Okay, now this bad news. Okay, we need to bounce into full para. Yeah, we need to bounce into full para. Because we know Urshifu should be Sash. Like, please hit. Full para. Yeah, we know it's Sash. We know the Wicked Blow is coming. But we can't stop it. He misses! Oh, come on, the Wicked Blow. I know it's coming, that's fine. Yeah, can we be a legend and survive this? Nope. Oops. Latios Cobra Berry is not enough. It's not enough. Man. Well, we have to predict the... I think... We have to predict the Urshifu Protect. It's Garchomp in the back. He has a defense boost. Reflect is over. Pyro Ball is my strongest move. Assurance is 60 damage only. Yep, Pyro Ball is my strongest move. If he sucker punches into Cinderace, I really don't think I can kill this. Okay, we did predict this attack. That's good. Come on, Cinderace. We just need a crit or something. Come on. It's so tough. At least we connect. No, yeah. Bad. Miss. Leave at 1 HP. No. Rip. We do know that Sash was there, but I couldn't stop anything though. And it's interesting that he hasn't shown Sucker Punch yet. That's crazy. I'm sorry for that. Nice. Yeah. See, does he go for the... Oh, he goes for the Earthquake, right? No, it doesn't make sense. He won't Earthquake his own Urshifu. So what does he go for? Dual Wing Beat? He can miss. Come on! I didn't pay attention to the damage. Scarchomp. I think it makes sense for the Lugia to Earthquake. If I bounce into the Lugia, the Garchomp is just gonna Earthquake. We have to hope he messes up and protect the Garchomp. Cinderace, please. Please. This is super effective. This is super effective, please. Oh, my heart. My heart. Okay, yes. We did it. Oh. Oh. My heart. Yes. Bring it home. Okay, double check. We are. Oh my gosh. We are +2 speed. Garchomp has no priority moves. Even if it has priority moves, we are +1 defense. Oh, come on, stupid matchup. Oh, okay. Yes, we did it. We're still in this. Oh my gosh. Rough skin, oh my gosh. To make matters worse. Wow, 9 HP Cinderace, you legend. Oh. Okay, GG's to Aaron, aka in space. And I really want to thank Hakim, if you are in chat, for just tolerating me and testing the matchup over and over and over. Because I wouldn't have done it without you, because Cinderace was your suggestion. Oh my gosh. GG's. I don't know whether I want to keep this in my YouTube video. What a crazy endgame. Alright, so that was the match. This is me 2 days later. I crashed the whole weekend because I stayed up 2 days in a row, all night. So I need to adjust my sleep schedule. But more importantly, I wanted to do this conclusion after I recollect my thoughts and rewatch my match to try and find out what happened to allow me to win the game. At the time of recording, my opponent Aaron, aka In Space, also uploaded his side of the battle, so I could get some insight on his thought process and why the end game that you guys just saw happened that way. If you are interested, I also highly recommend you guys to watch In Space's side of the match. to understand, what he was thinking and why the game played out that way. So I do recommend his side of the video, and I'll link that in the description down below. So to get so it's time to get an analytic and talk about what happened in that match. I recognize that to win, a lot of things had to go in my favor. There were a few moves that I had to hit, and everything need to play out perfectly, and he cannot do any critical hits towards me. Yeah, and speaking of critical hits, his team suffered from 3 critical hits, but looking back, I understood that it didn't matter. But I mean, it didn't matter in terms of the damage of the Pokemon, but it did matter in terms of the decision making that Aaron has to do on his side. So the first crit was the self-vote switch from Raikou on turn 1, and that didn't matter. Then the second one was my Latios Ice Beam crit into regular special defense. Like, there's no special defense boost on that Lugia. So that one didn't matter because my next hit would have taken out the Lugia. Then the third one was the Pyro Ball that you just saw in Game 3 from Cinderace into Garchomp. That one, it mattered a little bit because the Garchomp was chipped so low after its Life Orb recoil. So Aaron had to sort of play defensive because he knows my Cinderace is always faster. Then there were a few things that worked well in my favor too, because I came into the match with moves that can miss. So looking back, I didn't really click a lot of moves that can miss in terms of Mystical Fire and Brick Break and Ice Beam. However, I went for a few Pyro Balls, which can miss, and I went for Bounce, more importantly, to chip Urshifu down to its sash. So these are the moves that... Oh, I also went for Toxic in Game 1, but I lost Game 1. So these are the moves that could have mattered if if something went wrong. Then the momentum was shift heavily into Aaron's favor. At the same time, Aaron's Lugia, he kept going for dual wing beat, and it's actually bound to miss. So that one dual wing beat miss onto my Cinderace mattered a lot because that preserved my HP, and I think I wasn't a steel type then, so it would have done more damage to me. So yeah, that goes to show how VGC is still a game of variance, and that moves can still miss and it would matter in the game. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why some people, they give up playing this game because of that luck factor. The luck factor makes VGC very different from chess. In chess, you rely entirely on skill. In VGC, there are times where situations can bail you out, and it is up to you as a player to always go for those outs. Yeah, and speaking of this concept of going for outs, I think that was what I did, and I didn't just give up. I just kept going and tried to make good reads towards the end of the game, and I think I sort of got lucky and got into Aaron's head. Yeah, because from watching his side of the match, the last turn he went for Lugia's Earthquake and then Garchomp's Protect, because one, he is afraid that Earthquake, if I go for Bounce, then Earthquake might kill his own Garchomp because Lugia was faster. Then number 2, he was afraid that I could easily attack into Garchomp. Yeah. Then the last thing to note is that I feel that the whole time since I revealed Max Darkness on Cinderace, Aaron was always scared of Sucker Punch. The threat of Sucker Punch from Cinderace was always there until the last moment where I revealed Assurance. So I kind of understood why he played very defensively and used Protect on Lugia. Honestly, I thought that instead of Protect, Aaron should have tagged the move recover on Lugia, so that Lugia always regains that multi-scale, so it's difficult for me to attack. So recover also works cause then that will make my sucker punch fail. So yeah, that's everything that I've thought of from the match. It was such a nail biter and such a roller coaster of emotions that uh, I really needed some time to recollect myself. So not sure whether I deserve that win. I was discussing with my buddy. He said that I deserve the win because I went for my out, and Aaron didn't, like try and secure the end game when he had the good board position all the way at the end. So it's a pity for him because he recognized a little too late that he could have just attacked using both mons twice already. I think in two during the last two turns of our game 3. So yeah, the timer on. I also wanted to mention that the timer was always ticking down. Aaron really uh, put a lot of consideration in his moves, but the timer was always there, like ticking down. So there was a lot of pressure, and we can't fault him for making these mistakes. Yeah, everybody is bound to make mistakes, and we gotta understand it. So from my point of view, I felt that he had a better team, he had a better prep. That physical attacking Lugia was very smart, and he wasted my assault vest on my Cinderies. And he correctly identified all the mons that he should bring, including the Registeel and the Tangela, which he actually considered bringing in one of the games. So really props to Aaron for being such a threatening opponent, uh, and it was the cause of my my mental breakdown over the past weekend. I was so stumped. Um, like you've never seen me lose 10 practice matches in a row against my buddies. Like I never do that for draft league. This is the first time, and this was a very new experience for me. So that said, the Santa Cruz Centrals are moving on to the top 8, and thanks a lot for watching and listening to me ramble. This is by far my longest video. This is the first time we are dropping a game in this draft league, but we are moving on, and I'll catch you guys next week. Oh, and thanks to everyone for coming through on Twitch and for all your support. Yeah, okay. Goodbye for real this time. Peace.